Changes to the 70 series. Now, could this be the most talked about, written about topic in all of Toyota's history? The longest standing model of a vehicle of all time. Another updated version. A bigger GVM. Have they sorted out the rear wheel track? Will it still be a V8? We have the answers. A friend of mine has kindly let us use his here to do a few comparisons. October 2022 build. And we compare it to my white one, mine being a November 2021 build. We'll see the differences, if any. Yes, it is still a V8 for now. So we know the GVM's been upgraded. Let's see what they've done to the brakes and suspension. It's the exact same brake booster. But I must say, the caliper change Toyota did back in 2017 has made a big improvement to the brakes compared to the DPF models. Now, the most talked about topic on the changes to the 70 series to date is the GVM going from 3300 to 3510, and whether or not they have corrected the narrower rear diff. Well, the answer's no, and it seems as though we guessed right. Apparently, the engineers at Toyota have signed off on the current and existing suspension and brakes that they're good enough for that extra 210 kilo. Now, how can this be? It is the exact same rear diff, same suspension, down to the same shock. Here's the part number on the October build. And here's the number from our original ones that we took off pre-rego. It must have really been not worth their while to keep this variant GVM under the 3500 and have to do a side airbag, maybe new door intrusions to comply to the ANCAP safety laws. Signing off on the 3510, putting it in the light truck class. They don't need these safety features. Same transaxle to H152F A04A. I think it's a bit of a joke, to be honest. We've been dealt grief here in Australia by the GVM upgrade laws. Even a 3780 upgrade, we were made to change things like U-bolts and bushes, even the shackles, because we were told the factory genuine ones weren't rated to take the weight. Oh, wait a minute. Some guy over there in a suit and an air-conditioned office now says it can do it. I'm so upset. You have changed nothing, Toyota. A bigger number in the GVM column on my rego paper. That's all. So as before, when I put my esky in the tray before I go to work in the morning, it's still going to sag the rear springs 5mm. Just like it used to. Anyway, let's move on before I do a head gasket. Now, with the ignition on, there's a slight change to the startup lights. And here's my little Christmas tree for the comparison. So the changes are, it's the PCS icon. PCS stands for pre-collision system. It's down there below the voltmeter. If you dial through your odometer, you can adjust the distance for your PCS. Far, medium, near. Now, once you have your PCS chosen, it will appear up here next to your right hand turn indicator. It seems here to the right of the steering wheel that there is another extra button, turn something on or off. It's the same exact head unit, and yes, you will still need to pay extra for a reverse camera. No camera, no Apple CarPlay. The outside temperature now is in the odometer section and not up at the clock. Yes, I'm not sure about that one, because for me, with my left index finger, I can easily check the outside temperature whilst driving safely, as opposed to having to do it with my right hand pushing the odometer to look for the outside temperature. So it's a strange one, Toyota. And you don't get a stopwatch anymore either. That's no fun for those road trips when the kids need a timer on. Still no extra cup holders anywhere. So aesthetically, the changes seem to be the bulky safety box behind the rearview mirror and behind the Toyota badge behind the grille. The cat's out of the bag. We can all stop guessing. Is it a V6? Have they fixed the rear diff? Is it a coil rear end? None of that. It's the same truck. One good thing is the SSM boys shouldn't take long for their testing and their approvals. And it seems like in 3 months, this will all just be history. Although, it will be a dearer to buy vehicle, longer wait times, and dearer to mod. And it will be interesting to see what everyone does with that 3780 and 3900 GVM upgrade. It's hard to see people paying big money for only a couple of 100 kilo upgrade. Maybe the entry upgrade will now start at 3900. Time will tell. We'll end this video with a little tip I have for the LN106 boys or the LN65 boys. The genuine factory rear shocks on the back of a 79 that all the people throw out. They fit perfectly for a 2-inch lift on the back of an LM106. Oh no, I've got to intercept shell. There's washing to put out. The paint shop's in use. That's all right, with this Duramax, 10 minutes, these will be dry, she can hang the washing out. Notice how the factory Toyota shock has a little bash plate there for rocks. So 10 minutes later, and the Duramax is dry, so she won't even know that the paint shop was working this morning before her washing was ready to go out. So the leaf sprung rear Hilux, guys. I know plenty of 79 rear shocks that get thrown away from a GVM upgrade pre-rego. They've never been run. They fit perfectly with a 2-inch lift under a 106, 65, maybe even an LM167. And also too, the bush setup they have are the 2 half rubber ones, the exact same as what a Hilux runs, as opposed to what you then get from TJM and some of the aftermarket mobs. That's a 1-piece rubber. You can still get them out. And the bottom of the TJM one's got a rubber bush with then a steel collar in it. You don't want to know about them in the Hilux. So we'll fit these up. Very cute too, how they got like a little bash plate on them to protect against hitting rocks. I love recycling. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope your 79 comes soon. For me, I wouldn't mind if mine comes March, April next year. That way Mark's 4-wheel drive will have had their SSMs approved and my portals can get fitted. As always, thanks for watching.